Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Today, we are continuing the investigation. Let us begin. October 25th. Write Anything Agency. Sorry, boss. I couldn't do it. You know, that little bit of advice you gave me? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I don't know exactly what you meant, but there was no way I could force a smile in that courtroom today. I'm just glad you remembered that. But now how about relaxing a little? Relax? Not gonna happen! Junie, she asked me to defend her because she believes in me. But I felt completely helpless. If it weren't for their confessions, I'd...
But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain?
Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen. Happen then, won't I? No, I can't lose it all. Not now.
Are you okay, Athena? You're turning kind of pale.
I can't just stand around here. I'm going to finish the investigation. Can't it wait? Can't it wait? I just took a bunch of freshly baked cookies out of my magic panties. What the fuck? Thanks, but I'd better get going. Save me one for when I get back.
Apollo!
Apollo! You wait here! I need to see Junie at the detention center right away.
No, wait! I'm going with you! Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'd better go too.
No problem.
You two be careful.
October 25th, Detention Center Visitors Room. There's so much I need to ask Junie. What happened in court today? Where we go from here?
Well now, fancy meeting you here.
Oh, Professor Means, what brings you here? Yeah, I asked him to come. He arrived just a little before you. I wanted to ask him something, but first, Athena, I want to apologize for my sudden confession after you worked so hard to defend me. She was calling me Athena until just now? No, I should be the one apologizing. The whole thing spiraled out of my control. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll really bring it tomorrow. I'll find something to prove your innocence. About that, Athena? I've been thinking about asking Professor Means to defend me. Huh?
I myself only just heard of this a moment ago.
Oh, so she thinks Professor Means would be... No! I can't let this happen! Not with the way he wants to do things! Junie! I know, Athena, but will you please hear me out? Athena, do you actually think you or Robin could have committed this crime? The body was moved right before the mock trial. Besides Junie, they're the only ones who could move freely around the campus at that time. I'm sorry, Junie, but at this point, I can't rule them out. I was afraid you would say that.
Juniper is seeking a lawyer who can clear all three of their names. Only I am capable of such a feat.
But how can you possibly prove that all three of them are innocent?
I am a result-oriented person. Come tomorrow, I won't fail to have the perfect piece of evidence ready. For the end really does justify the means. Especially for me, Professor Aristotle Means.
I really don't like the sound of that. I'm sorry, but just as you believe I'm innocent, I believe that my friends are innocent too.
Alright. If that's how you really feel, we'll respect your decision.
Apollo!
But we want to continue our investigation. Could we ask you some more questions?
Sure. Sure. I don't mind. Professor Means, would you like to stay and join our conversation?
Yes, of course. I am your lawyer, after all.
There's that smile again. Why does it always creep me out?
Because it's anatomically impossible.
About your confession, Junie. It's not true, is it? You just said what you did because Robin had confessed on the stand, didn't you? Yes, I wasn't thinking straight. All I knew was I had to help my friend.
You mean because of that school rule? The one that says you can't graduate if you are convicted of a crime.
No, I didn't do it because of some rule. I did it because she's my friend. Why is there discord in her voice again? Could it really be that the friendship between the three of them is on the rocks? There's more here than meets the eye. When did you three first become friends? Well, even though we were in different courses, we really bonded from the first day at school. We vowed to work together to bring an end to the dark age of the law. That was when our proof of friendship came about. There's that proof of friendship thing again. I just wish this were as simple as that.
We even have proof of our friendship. Yeah! As long as our friendship lasts, you can bet we'll be carrying them around.
But the situation kind of changed recently. When the school's policy shifted to training legal professionals who produce results.
Allow me to explain. In the lawyer course I teach, producing results means winning trials. Professor Court, on the other hand, taught that finding the truth was the only valid result. Unfortunately, that clash of ideas created a rift among our students.
At some point we stopped talking about it.
Okay, to be fair to Professor Means, being a defense attorney means you do things for your client. You defend your client. However, Professor Means be fortune evidence, which is against the law.
At some point we stopped talking about it. Well, that meant fewer arguments. It also meant we couldn't be as frank and open with each other as we used to be. I think I understand now. By putting their friendship on a pedestal, they actually did more harm than good. It seems the relationship between the three of them isn't as simple as I thought.
Juniper, thank you for talking to us about this difficult subject.
Yeah, thanks, Junie. Now, if you could tell us about the day of the murder. Junie, you told us yesterday that you went home a little after 6 p.m. Was that a lie? I'm sorry I didn't tell you this before, but what actually happened was I left the art room a little after 6 p.m. and headed over to my dressing room where I worked on my stage costume until 7. That's it? You didn't go anywhere else? No, nowhere else. that really were it, then there would be no reason to lie in the first place. She's gotta be hiding something else.
Apollo?
Junie, do you remember this picture?
Yes, but something's wrong here. Wrong? What's wrong? I took this picture at around 6 o'clock, which was before I'd left the art room. But the clock here says it's just after 7. By 7, I'd already been working in my dressing room for some time. So there's definitely something wrong with the picture, with the time in this picture.
I guess we'd better go check the art room.
Okay. Just one last question about the day of the murder. On the evening before the mock trial, the evening of the murder, you ran into Hugh. Yes, I did.
At around 7:15, I went to the main building before going home. That's where I saw Juniper. We didn't say much as we passed by each other. She seemed her usual self. That's it. Anything else you'd like to ask?
She suddenly went silent. She always was terrible at hiding things. Was she trying to keep their meeting a secret by lying about going home at 6? Alright, I won't press the matter any further. Is there anything you noticed on the night of the murder? Well, I don't know if this will help, but that evening I went back to my dressing room to get something I'd forgotten there. It was well after the last bell rang. I'd say maybe around 8:30. Around 8:30, huh? That's over an hour after when the crime supposedly took place. That's when I noticed that both stage statues were finished. Those were quite large, and they were each covered with a white sheet, but I could tell. It made me happy to think that after all that hard work, they were finally finished. Oh, right! The statues that Robin made! So they were covered in white sheets? Junie, are you okay? Sorry, I'm a little tired, that's all.
Athena, I think this meeting is over. Professor Means.
I will use any means possible to get the result I want in Juniper's case. But it will require considerable preparation, so I must be off.
Hold it!
Junie! And Professor Means! I have a proposal. A proposal? You want to marry me? And Professor Means at the same time? Sorry, I'm not polyamorous.
Wait, this isn't another one of your crazy...
By sundown today. Yes? I, Athena Sykes, along with Apollo Justice...
Wait a second, don't drag my name into it.
We're going to discover the truth behind this murder mystery. What? And we're going to bring you solid evidence showing just what that truth is.
I see. So it has come to this, has it?
If we succeed in doing that, I want you to promise that you'll accept it, Junie, no matter how hard it is to hear. Then you shouldn't need anyone else to defend you except me. Have we got a deal? I trust that's okay with you too, Professor Means.
I have no objections as long as Juniper is satisfied with this arrangement.
Okay, but only if it's the real truth. I'm sorry to put you through this, Athena, but thank you. I've been thinking only of myself this whole time.
Junie, it's way too early to thank me. But you can thank me all you want once I get to the bottom of this.
Very well. I will see you back here at sundown. That train sounds different. There is a train here, but it sounds very different. Than it usually does. Okay. Sorry for all the trouble, Professor. It's just, she's new to the agency, so... Don't be silly. I find it all rather thrilling. Now, let us meet you again later.
If you'll excuse me, I'd better go.
Okay, see you later.
If this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain?
This is no time to be thinking about that. I've got an investigation to do. I will find the truth by sundown, no matter what.
Only the 3 mock trial participants could have moved the body before it started. That's why the killer must be Robin, you or Juniper.
They didn't have any witnesses? That's odd. Right, and that means at least one of them is lying.
To make matters worse, I have a feeling each one of them is hiding some sort of secret.
We'll have to bring it all to light. I'm not looking forward to it, but it has to be done.
Today's trial focused on the day of the crime and the actions of those involved.
Yeah, like when the voice was recorded and who went to the art room and when. If we analyze the info we have, we should be able to ID the killer. There's no lead in these legs. There's no lead in these legs. I've been training for a day like this. Okay, on my mark. Ready? Set?
No running for me! I'm done trying to keep up with you.
Alright. Here. October 25th, Themis Legal Academy. Outdoor stage.
Ah! Is it my imagination or did something just move?
Afternoon, you two.
Prosecutor Gavin, what are you doing here? Don't you think sneaking onto campus like this is just slightly suspicious?
I'll have you know I'm continuing my investigation in the strictest of confidence.
I don't want to be caught napping again at tomorrow's trial. That means a thorough investigation today. Think you can lend us a hand?
I'm not one to refuse a damsel in distress. But you needn't have asked, Fräulein. I'd intended to help from the start.
You're the best prosecutor, Gavin. Okay, time for a thorough investigation. I bet we missed lots of stuff yesterday. Prosecutor Gavin, you were scheduled to perform at the school festival, weren't you?
That's right. But I hadn't seen the stage until yesterday. That backdrop with the starry sky and the big crescent moon isn't half bad. We also had some tricks up our sleeve to make the concert really rock. Pyrotechnics, a fog machine, big banners, things like that. It would have looked like this.
Oh, the plans from yesterday. What's that design on the banner back there in the back? Design on the banner there in the back. I know the skills are the school emblem. But what's with that number 6? It looks like it's in serious pain or something.
Athena. Ixnay on the Ixe. I don't know how to fucking say that.
That's the Governor's logo, Fräulein.
Oh, a nice pig Latin there, forehead. They are smooth.
Oh, I meant, it looks like the number 6 rocking seriously hard.
Nein, Fräulein. It's a G for governors. Not a 6, but whatever floats your pretty boat. So where is the banner? I don't see it anywhere on stage.
It was important. It was an important part of the show, but the schools managed to misplace it somehow. It's a pity. If you had it specially made from heavyweight, high-grade cloth. A missing banner and 2 broken statues. There are mysteries aplenty to be solved, yeah? Come to think of it, one of the broken statues was of Prosecutor Gavin.
As you can see here in the stage plans, right here we have the statue of me. And right here, a Wright statue. But little does that matter now, as we both lie in pieces thanks to you, air foreheads. What did I ever do to you?
Actually, this statue broke into rather large pieces. Why don't we try to put it back together? Maybe we'll learn something new.
Picking up the pieces of a shattered rock star. Action! That's one uber cool idea. There might even be a song in there somewhere. You know, I think it's kind of funny how they just didn't update his song. They just used the same song. Like, they updated Phoenix's... the objection in this game is the objection theme from Trials and Tribulations. And they updated it. They updated Apollo's theme. But not this guy. So, it's just, I don't know. They updated Pearl's theme, but not his theme.
Yay! Let's do this! Schnell!
Is this an investigation or am I interrupting a German language club social event?
Blaga! Stop that!
Anything else? No.
The winner of the mock trial was to take the training seminar right here.
You mean you were Robin?
Yeah, besides Junie, they're the only ones who could move freely around the campus. Before the mock trial, that means one of them must be the killer.
That's not really enough to go on, is it? We need to talk with Juniper one more time and persuade her to give us a name.
Right! That means we have to find irrefutable evidence before the day ends. There's no time to lose, but we can't rush it either. Efficiency is the key. Wait, you don't think this weird box here is... Hands off! I knew it. I'd know that voice anywhere.
Let's just ignore it. I mean, it made its wishes loud and clear.
So this is the future corporate box technology has to offer us, huh? Found one! Piece of Prosecutor Gavin's shattered pride.
Are you saying my pride is as fragile as plaster of Paris?
Looks like there are other large pieces scattered around. Okay, let's find what we can.
Wright fragment added to the court record. A large Wright fragment. It has a distinctive shape that could be described as angular. Oh.
Found another piece of the statue!
But there should still be some more. Let's leave no stone unturned. Purple fragment added to the court record. A purple fragment from a broken statue. It was found all alone in the strangest of places.
The other statue Robin made, it's been smashed to bits. If there were some larger pieces, we might be able to put this one back together too.
Nevertheless, yeah, it's a bitty ones.
I wonder what Mr. Wright would think. If he knew we put Prosecutor Gavin's statue back together but left his like this.
We could always come back to it after the case is solved. I'll help you fix it. Aw.
Found another piece of the statue!
But there should still be some more. Let's leave no stone unturned.
White fragment updated in the course of record.
2 large white fragments. It looks like it would feel good to break them.
Okay? Where's the last one? Oh. Found another piece of the statue!
There should still be some more.
Purple fragment updated. Two purple fragments of a broken statue. Going to search for more. Guess I'll go back here. Oh, guess not. Ah, here you go. This looks like another piece of the statue!
This looks like another piece of the statue.
Thanks, Apollo. This makes 5 pieces in all. I think we have all we're going to find.
Is that Athena? I think we have all we're going to find.
Okay, let's get back to where Prosecutor Gavin was shattered.
I think you might want to revisit that.
Purple fragments updated. And look at the record. 3 purple fragments of a broken statue that originally stood on a pedestal on stage. Well, I don't see any other big pieces lying around.
Ow. Yeah, let's see if we can put the statue back together.
Alright, Apollo, you come over here, and Prosecutor Gavin, if you could hold this. Wowie. We did it! Not bad if I do say so myself.
Yeah, but don't you think it's strange? If you put the statue to get back together. But look. What's with all these leftover white pieces?
These two look like they go together. And these pieces too.
Athena, what do you think you're doing?
Don't stop me now! The artist inside me wants to get out and have a look and have a good time.
Wowie.
So,
So, what is it?
Ah, it's the goddess of law holding a pair of scales in one hand and a sword in the other. That's quite the feat you pulled off there, Fraulein.
woo! I love that feeling you get after you work really hard on something.
No. I knew who it was. I meant to ask what it's doing here.
Not sure. There's no statue like this in the stage plans.
Still, I could swear I've seen this statue somewhere before.
Lady Justice added to the court record. This and the statue of Clavier were broken at the same time, but have been repaired. No one knows where it came from.
And the more we learn, the deeper the rabbit hole goes.
At least we are moving in the right direction. Let's keep searching for the stage for clues.
I've been wondering about something this whole time. You know that pole at the edge of the stage?
You mean this? It has a wire that goes off and connects to something somewhere.
This wire is for hanging banners over the stage. One of the policemen who was here earlier was checking how it worked.
Oh, so that's why the banner looks like it's out of place.
The banners are hung and removed from the art room over there.
That's the art room over there, as in the scene of the crime?
Bingo, Fräulein. It's still crawling with this corpse, though.
Hey! Anyone in the art room?
Oh, it's you people! Ha ha ha! In justice we trust!
Ah, it's Detective Fulbright! In justice we trust!
Is that some kind of greeting between you two?
Detective Fulbright! Can you lower that banner from there?
Of course! Just leave it to me! How's that? Phew!
Thanks, Detective! In justice we trust!
Ha ha ha! Always glad to help. In justice we trust. So, is that some kind of greeting between you two or not? Well, looks like the banner's down now. Let's go take a look. Look at this banner. I don't think it would flap very well in the wind.
An unflappable banner? Hey, I like that! It goes perfect with the unflappable lawyers, and unflappable rockers. It's like it was made for this very stage.
Look at this. The bottom part is all knotted up. Let me try and unravel it.
Jeez, did you really have to? You don't come across an unflappable banner every day.
Athena, there are some things that you have to yield to forces beyond themselves. That have to yield to forces beyond themselves.
What a cruel world we live in. Hey!
Hey, a scrap of paper was caught inside. It's blowing away.
I got it! Yes! Great catch, huh? Looks like some kind of note. What does it say?
October Hue 120. What's that supposed to mean?
A test score, maybe? Pretty impressive when you consider that 100 is a perfect score.
I don't see how even Hue can get beyond perfect. Fräulein, shall we inspect the banner again, now that it has been unraveled? Hue scrap added to the court record. Discovered on stage, it appears to be a piece of paper torn from a notebook. The name Hue is written on it.
This is the emblem that's on Junie's school uniform.
Hey, you're right. Wait a sec. It's hard to see against the red material, but look. There's a dark red stain here, just under the emblem.
This banner was on a wire connected to the art room.
Right. The art room is where the murder occurred. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
This stain might be from the victim's blood.
School banner added to the court record. A large banner that was hung by a wire between the stage and art room. A trace amount of blood was found on it. Is that all? I think that might be all. Hold on. This statue doesn't look anything like you or Mr. Wright. The goddess bearing scales and a sword. She's a symbol of fairness and strength.
But she and her symbols were shattered along with the statues of you and Mr. Wright. This is a direct challenge to the rule of law. Well, if they want to fight, they've got one.
Whoa, take it down a notch, Tiger. Let's save the fighting for when we find our culprit.
Ooh, that was a whole lot of poking around in such a short time.
Does that mean you're satisfied?
Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to check out. See that metal fence back there? There's just that one segment, so it seems out of place. Looks like they were in the process of removing...
It looks like they were in the process of removing them after the stage was set up.
But they were never able to finish on account of the murder.
We should take a look if you think it could be important.
This track looks man-made.
Hey, you're right. It looks like it starts from behind the backdrop.
Maybe a big, muddy pro wrestler was hiding back there?
Well, that was totally random, but we'll never know until we take a look.
Looks like something was being dragged through here. And this is where it started.
Yeah, but whatever it was, it's long gone. Must have been pretty heavy. Perhaps it was used in setting up this school festival.
Aw, then I guess it wasn't a pro wrestler. Still, this could be something important.
Well, that's about it for the stage.
Right, I think we'd better search the art room next.
I think I'll hang around here for a while, but make sure to tell me once you find it, yeah? Find what? What else? The governor's banner that disappeared from the stage. You never know, it might just be connected to the case at hand.
Really? Or does he just want his banner back? Don't tell me. So in short, that's... Hey!
That box! It just took off running.
I have a pretty good idea who that is. As I suspect you do too.
Come on, we can't afford to have any weird articles written about us. The maintenance area is over in that direction, after that box.
October 25th. Themis Legal Academy maintenance area. The fucking... the location text boxes go by so fucking slow in this game. It's so annoying. Miriam, you're liable to get tossed in the garbage truck if you hang around here. I'm just an empty box, and that's what you do with them. You throw them away. That's a different box. Hey, did you change boxes? I like the new look. What does it matter anymore? I was a complete failure in court today. My work, my pride, my dreams, everything I've worked so hard for, gone. Sorry, Miss Scuttlebutt. But? Doesn't believing you had a scoop when you really didn't make you a failure as a reporter. The failure as a reporter? Kick, kick, kick! Kick, 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 kick.
Come to think of it, calling her a failure as a reporter might have been a bit extreme.
Scold me, despite me, pack me away where I'll never see the light of day. I've been cast aside to waste away in a big pile of mushy paper mache. I kind of feel responsible for this, but...
Now's her chance to prod her for information while she's vulnerable. I bet that's what you were just thinking.
What kind of person do you think I am? He read me like a book.
Oh.
And that was you on the stage earlier, wasn't it? Why'd you run off like that? Take a look at this. Why are you showing me a burnt up old rag?
Wait, it's really hard to see, but I think that's the governor's logo right there.
So is this the banner that disappeared? It's all burnt up. Don't look at me! I just happened to find it in the incinerator. Incinerator? Did Blackwell actually make good on his threat to burn her box?
We should probably try to find out whether someone tried to destroy this on purpose.
Yeah, this banner is sounding less and less unrelated to our case, Apollo.
Burnt fragments added to the court record. The burnt remains of the governor's banner that was tossed into the incinerator and later found by Miriam. The depths of despair.
Miriam, I owe you an apology. Shouldn't have said you were a failure as a reporter. Too late. I had decided journalism isn't for me. Last step is to erase all the photos on my PC. I'm really going to do it! Here goes! 5%. 10%. 4 years of my life down the drain.
Shouldn't we stop her, Athena?
Miriam, you should keep publishing your paper! I didn't mean what I said, okay? You didn't mean it? Oh, no, my photos! Stop! Cancel! Abort! Did you stop it in time? Deletion progress. 99% complete. There are only 2 pictures left.
You only had two photos? No, I mean 200 photos. What are you going to do now, Athena? You owed her to make this right.
I know! Don't worry, Miriam. Your photos may be gone, but the memory of your photographic genius will live on forever in all of our hearts.
Ooh, Athena, that was cringeworthy.
Hey, Miriam, check this out! You took some amazing photos of the 3 of them. I'm sure they really appreciated it. Obviously, I'm the case member of the newspaper club. The only member, in fact. I know this won't make up for the photos you lost, but here are your newspapers back.
Themis Herald and Themis Herald Extra returned to Miriam.
There's no rest for the wicked. I plan on pursuing those 3 for as long as I live. Miriam, why are you so obsessed with Juniper, Hugh, and Robin? Obsessed? I'm not obsessed with them. It's just they were so close ever since their freshman year, so, well.
Athena, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, I think that's the only explanation. Wait a second! You're not thinking what I think you're thinking.
Objection!
That's exactly what he's thinking, Miriam. You want in on their little trio. Kek! Kek kek! Kek 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 kek! How could you possibly know that? Not again! She's so cute.
That's one abused laptop.
Kek kek kek! My laptop won't turn on. Never thought my life would end so soon. A mere 17 years. Now I really feel bad. Oh, I know! Miriam! We have a laptop at the office! We'd be happy to lend it to you. Huh? You have a laptop I could use? Sure, but on one condition. I want you to ask Judy, Hugh, and Robin if you can hang out with them. What? I could never do that. Sorry, but that's the deal if you want to borrow our laptop.
You scare me sometimes, Athena. You're like good cop, bad cop all rolled into one.
Kek, 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 kek. Fine! I'll do it, if that's all you want. Yay! I'll be by later to bring you the laptop. Wait! It's not like I owe you or anything, but here.
Oh, we getting it back? Oh, that's something else. Okay.
Thanks! Oh, it's a set of pictures. Looks like they're setting up the stage. Yeah, I took them when they were putting the stage's backdrop into place. Wow, you sure have an eye for photography. From what I can make out anyway. These are the last 2 photos that didn't get deleted. They're all yours.
Stage setup photos added to the court record. The last 2 of Miriam's photos. They show the students setting up the stage's backdrop on the night of the murder.
Well, we'll see you around, scary lawyer lady.
That was really impressive, Athena. What's next?
Well, I'd like to talk to Hugh or Robin if possible.
Okay, let's walk around and see if we can find them.
October 25th, Themis Legal Academy, 1st floor. Hey, that's Hugh over there! Hugh, we wanted a word with you if you don't mind.
If it was Mr. Wright, then sure. But you two? Meh.
I know it. There's a hint of discord in Hugh's voice.
You're not getting off that easy. After all, you're a possible suspect. Plus, you actually confessed in court. Whatever. So, what do you want from me? But make it brief, I don't have a lot of time. And I assume you don't either.
About your confession today. You weren't serious about that, were you?
Let's just say I had no choice thanks to a certain lawyer who failed to get the job done. So you're really prepared to take the blame for this? Not gonna happen. And the voice on the tape is female, so that rules me out. Let's put it this way. You don't actually believe that ridiculous play on words, do you? Well, my confession is just like that. A means to an end. Or as we say around here, the end justifies the means.
But I actually do believe the voice is shouting Hugh O'Connor.
Juniper's confession was quite advantageous for the real killer. But if Robin or I were actually the killer, we wouldn't have confessed. It's that simple. Even you should be capable of such reasoning. Or have I overestimated you? You'll make a great lawyer someday. I mean, you seem to enjoy getting under people's skin.
Could Hugh and Robin's confessions really prove their innocence instead of their guilt? That's not how confessions work, but okay. This is going to take some serious thinking on my part. It sure looked like Prosecutor Blackwell was twisting your arm to testify earlier today. Is there some sort of secret he's using against you?
And I have no intention of saying anything more. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hold. I am not through with you yet. It seems the rogue prosecutor has it out for me. Leave and we just might discuss you know what. No, wait.
One little statement and Mr. Cool loses it? What's that all about?
I changed my mind. I'll stay and testify. You really are a rank amateur. Even if that were true, you think I'd open up to you?
So he's not denying it. That secret might be causing the discord in his voice. Then again, we have the same problem with Junie and Robin.
You're just wasting your time and mine. Next question.
About that meeting with Professor Court on the 23rd, why did she want to see you?
I have no intention of telling you. You'll have to force it out of me any way you can.
Professor Means strikes again. Then again, Hugh is in the lawyer course. But didn't Professor Court used to say that the only good result is the truth? So why don't you drop this whole charade and just tell me the truth?
The truth? How can you be so sure it will help you solve this case? The truth isn't necessarily your friend, nor Juniper's for that matter.
No, you're wrong! I don't care what anyone says, I'm going to defend Junie the right way, using the truth! What's the only way to honor Junie's wishes in Professor Court's memory.
I see. Very well, Miss Sykes. I'll testify tomorrow about that truth you're so interested in.
Hugh?
But... don't look to me if something happens to Juniper because of it. Understand?
What's that supposed to mean?
What a terrible thing to say. I thought you guys were friends. Yes, we were. Until just recently, actually.
Were?
I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore.
What? Why?
Just as I have my secrets, she has a side you've never seen. Juniper's not all sunshine and rainbows like you think she is.
What are you saying?
This conversation is over. I said I don't have a lot of time, and I meant it. Hugh, wait! He's gone.
He doesn't care about her anymore? Why would he say that?
That didn't go so well. I guess we'll just have to pin our hopes on his testimony tomorrow. Athena, what do you say we head over to the art room? Might be a nice change of pace. Hopefully the police have completed their investigation.
Alright, we really don't have much time left anyway. October 25th, Themis Legal Academy, 3rd floor art room.
Ha ha ha! Why, if it isn't my little lawyer friends again!
Thanks again for lowering that school banner for us earlier.
Don't mention it! Helping those in need is what my brand of justice is all about. Right. So this art room was where the murder actually occurred. That's right. You can't see it with the naked eye, but there's blood on the floor. That area roped off in the middle of the room marks the spot. The police investigation is done, so if you want to look around, knock yourselves out. I don't think we've actually had a one-on-one with you. That was totally random. Well, two can play at that game. In justice we trust. How do you like them apples? Pretty spiffy, huh? I polished the leather case to a rich luster daily. And once a week I apply an anti-rust protectant to my badge.
Is all that really necessary?
Of course it is! A detective's badge is his first line of defense. I'm sure you treat your badge with tender loving care too! Athena, I always see your badge gathering dust on your desk. And you usually scramble to find it right before leaving the office.
No comment! Find anything new, Detective Fulbright?
Ha ha ha! Good question! Unfortunately, the answer is nothing much yet.
He sure is confident for having found nothing.
But if we're talking outside the art room, there has been a major breakthrough.
Oh dear! Unless I find out what it is, I don't know what I shall do!
No need for the theatrics, I was told I could fill you in on this one.
Oh! You saw right through me, Detective. I'm impressed.
Looking to get arrested for murder via unwarranted flattery, or are we? So, what's this major breakthrough you mentioned? What, you want to know? You really want to know? You really...
Come on, just tell us already!
Aw, you're no fun. Anywho, we got the results of the voice print analysis back.
Voice print? You mean for this tape recorder?
Exactly! The voice belongs to the suspect, Miss Woods, beyond a shadow of a doubt. See right here! They analyzed the voice on the tape inside and out.
Voice print analysis added to the court record. The result of the voice analysis performed on the tape recording.
And you thought the voice on the tape was saying Hugh O'Connor? Ha 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 ha! Thanks for the good laugh, Miss Sykes. Issue: does the voice shouting Hugh O'Connor belong to Juniper Woods? The voice is a perfect match. Note 1. Testing is underway regarding signs of post-recording editing. Take note 2. The tape has about 10 minutes, 35 seconds of noise, requiring further testing.
Ah, he's the last person I want laughing at me.
So now there's evidence of Juniper shouting you're a goner around the time of death.
If we were to take this as truth,
If we were to take this as truth, how are we supposed to make sense of it?
I don't know. I can't think of any reason why Judy would shout that in the first place.
Examination time. Okay.
Hey, this area with the rope around it.
That's where we detected a large bloodstain. In short, the victim was stabbed here or somewhere close by.
The fact that there's no visible blood means it was right away with something, right?
Right, but we were able to detect trace amounts of blood. Merely wiping it up does not remove all evidence of wrongdoing, and that...
In a nutshell, is justice, right?
I'd appreciate it if you'd let me have the cool lines.
There's a paint palette here. No surprise there, considering this is an art room.
Looks like someone mixed yellow and red to make orange.
I prefer yellow. You, on the other hand, are way too red.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think this is saying that the two of us have to work together to solve this case. Ooh, what if this is Professor Court sending us a message from beyond the grave?
What about the blob right next to it? The one with red and green.
Maybe she's implying that you need more delicious grains in your diet?
Are you saying Professor Court is watching over our dietary habits from the pearly gates?
Yep. Picture of a girl wearing a floral hat. Oh, it has the artist's name right here. C. Court. Wow, Professor Court must have painted this.
So is this what they consider art? I really don't get it.
I swear I've seen this girl before. There's an air of fragility about her. And those pity-inducing eyes. Who's this again? Her name's on the tip of my tongue.
That's your best friend, dumbass.
Hey, look! That's you on this mobile, Apollo! A red demon!
A red demon? It's more like a snake curled around a bush to me. No, see the antennas and the yellow spots on its back? Anyone can see it's a ladybug! I guess we'll have to agree to disagree. Fine, we can investigate this further at a later date. Agreed? Okay, let's do that. You okay with that, Athena?
I really regret bringing this up. Three busts sitting on a shelf. A judge, a defendant, and either a lawyer or prosecutor. The bearded one must be the judge, and the bummed out one looking one the defendant.
Look, there's another one that's fallen onto the floor.
Wonder which one fell, the lawyer or the prosecutor? Think, Apollo, think! This could tell us how tomorrow's trial will go.
I'll just wait for tomorrow's horoscopes, thanks.
Look, a piece of pottery! Looks like it's already been fired. I bet Robin made it.
And I bet it won't last long. Not with the way she deals with her own work, anyway.
Yeah, it seems like such a waste. I mean, this one already has some color on it. Looks just like bloodstains, the way the glaze was dribbled on it.
Just like... bloodstains? In justice we trust! That does look like bloodstains. We'd better examine it at once. I get it. The victim was stabbed in the middle of the room where the big bloodstain is. And then brought over here, at which point some of her blood dripped onto these pieces. That means the blood very well could have been dropped from this window.
In the mock trial script, the body was dropped onto a mat. Then a ball cart was used to move it over to the stage.
The maintenance area is below this room, and the storehouse there has a mat and ball court.
So, even the moving of the body was carried out just like in the script. The killer sure had a thing for Jeannie's script.
Well, what did you expect?
That's why we suspected the defendant in the first place.
Well, you're wrong! I'm going to prove it in court. Kinda looks like there's a prosecutor's badge at the top of the statue.
But it's not if you look real close. Another strange, difficult to understand work of art.
Oh, look, it has a title! Guilty, guilty, guilty. Real clever.
Art? Either it's too abstract, wasn't understand, or as subtle as a sledgehammer. Isn't that a mock trial script? Actually, there's a whole bunch of them here.
Let's see. Looks like everyone from the judge corps submitted one.
The victim, Constance Court, was the Fine Arts Club advisor. So she probably spent a lot of time up here in addition to her other duties. This isn't where I'd keep a bunch of scripts, but I'd wager that's how they wound up here.
Poor, stressed out, overworked Professor Court. I know exactly how that feels.
You must, because your desk always looks like a tornado hit it.
You want to talk, Apollo?
Me? What about Mr. Wright?
Maybe we should rename the firm Wright Stuff All Over the Place Agency. A picture of a girl wearing a floral hat. Oh, it has the artist's name right here. R. Newman. Wow, Robin must have painted this.
Is this Juniper? The clothes are different, but...
Oh, look! There's a piece of paper stuck to the back. Let's see what it says. Completely lacks Professor Court's artistry. Must keep practicing. Robin. Stop that, dog. So you got the big blood stain. Not blood stain, big scab. Hey, okay, looks like it's healing up nice. Yeah, she had a scab. My dog had a scab on her back. Has a scab. It was a lot worse yesterday. Well, it looked a lot worse. Stop! Stop that! No! Stop! Flocka! No! Yeah, it looked a lot worse before. And she looks better now. I don't know. Looks like it's healing up. Come on! You can go up here. It's gonna not bother me so much. Huh. I think this is pretty good myself.
I wonder what it would have looked like if it was... I wonder what it would have looked like if Professor Court had painted Juniper.
But it would have been really artistic looking. Flocka, stop it. I can see the other half of the building over there, and the quad and stage below.
Yeah, this must be the window Detective Fulbright stuck his head out of earlier.
Oh yeah, thanks for the help, Detective.
A true champion of justice always comes running to those in need. What does this say now?
Case brief. Notes, the female voice on the tape is a point of dispute. Newman and O'Connor have confessed. Great! And how about telling us Prosecutor Blackwell's strategy for tomorrow?
Alright, let me think.
Well?
Oh! Hey, I'm not falling for that!
So close I could almost taste it. Some wire and a winch. So this is how they've reeled the banners in and out. There's a nice view of the stage from here.
Prosecutor Gavin is still standing in front of that broken statue.
So it really wasn't you, Apollo? Don't worry, you can tell me, I won't tell anyone.
I'll never clear my name unless we catch the real culprit.
I'm trying to help you, dog. Hey! It's gone! Remember that strange statue in the school camera photo?
Oh, wait. Hey, it's gone. Remember that strange statue in the school camera photo?
You're right. I wonder where it is. Robin's a member of the Fine Arts Club. Maybe she can shed some light on this.
Alright, we're almost done here.
This is the clock that created that major problem for Junie. Let's take a closer look.
Don't waste your time. I've checked it and it's 100% accurate.
You sure? How'd you check it?
Of course I'm sure. I compared it to my own watch, see?
Bless you. Detective Wright, didn't you notice that your watch had stopped?
It has! That is unacceptable!
We obviously can't rely on him. Let's take a look for ourselves. Let's see. Wait a second. It's ahead by 1 whole hour. Well, Detective?
But...
This clock must have also been an hour ahead when this photo was taken. If so, that would fit perfectly with Junie's testimony. Prosecutor Blackwell won't like this. I must feel sorry for the detective. Almost.
You can at least pretend to feel sorry by wiping that big grin off your face. Wait just 1 minute! The clock is an hour ahead right now, sure. But what proof do you have that it was running ahead on the day of the crime?
That's a good question. Wait, I think I just might have something. Detective Wright, you would agree that there is a moon outside this window, right?
Sure, it looks like a nice drawing of a crescent moon.
But if you look at that window in the back with a winch attached to it, you see that the only view to be had is the opposite side of the school building.
Oof! Then what's this moon doing here?
I wonder. Prosecutor Gavin, you were scheduled to perform at the school festival, weren't you?
That's right, but I hadn't seen this stage until yesterday. That backdrop with the sky and big crescent moon isn't half bad.
Isn't this the same as the one painted on the stage backdrop? The proof's right here, Detective. This shows it was 6 p.m. when the photo was taken.
Robin's cute. I love Robin.
I know what this moon really is. And if you look at this photo, you'll know too. This shows where that moon in the photo came from and the truth of Junie's testimony.
What? Where? Where does it show that?
If you look right here, it will all become crystal clear. They were still prepping the stage, so its backdrop wasn't in place yet. This photo shows them in the process of moving the backdrop into position.
I can see that. That's a big board hanging here. The size matches too. But there's no picture! And that's a crucial detail.
It is, but I believe what we're seeing in this photo is the back of the board.
The back of the...
That's right. And at around 6 p.m. when this was taken, a photo of that same board was being taken from the front.
What do you mean, the front? The front is against the wall.
That's where you're wrong. But what about the window? Remember how we said the moon shouldn't even exist in this photo? Take a good look.
Are you suggesting the moon is the one on the backdrop?
Exactly. In short, this photo was taken while the backdrop was being moved. And as you can see here, it was around 6 when the backdrop was being set in place. So the art room clock was running fast at least as far back as the day of the murder.
How can I ever face Prosecutor Blackwell now?
Yes, I just blew a hole in a piece of the prosecution's evidence. Oh, bless you, dog. Mock trial script is on the floor and nearby an envelope marked Use. I wonder if Miriam's script was ever really inside that envelope. Let's see here. By Miriam Scuttlebutt. And the title is Rogue et Noir. Crimson Blood and Dark Judgment. I wouldn't take part in that mock trial if she begged me. says there are special rules allowing the payment of bribes while court is adjourned.
What?
Oh, and you can bring in up to $3 worth of fabricated evidence, it also says. Welcome to the darkest mock trial ever, where the ends justifies the means.
The prosecution claims that this is the script that was supposed to have been used. Oh.
But the script was selected by Professor Court, considering how much she valued the truth. I seriously doubt she'd pick a script entitled Crimson Blood: The Dark Judgment.
Wow, you have the title memorized already? Well, I think we've examined pretty much everything we can. By the way, did Prosecutor Blackpool happen to tell you anything about tomorrow's trial? In justice we trust! It's no use trying to pry more information out of me! Having just learned that the clock had been an hour fast. Means we're back to square one concerning the suspect's actions that day.
I wonder what the main argument will be about now.
Now the body was moved. How the body was moved would be my guess. But Prosecutor Blackwell's got his own plans. Oh, does he now?
Detective Wright?
Try as you might, but I won't say another word about the investigation.
No, I wasn't going to ask about that. I was just wondering if you'd seen Robin.
Oh, you mean Miss Robin Newman? She was here just a moment ago. And she mumbled something about watching videos in the lecture hall.
Video? What video?
Thanks, Detective. Athena, I think we should stop by the lecture hall.
Right, let's go!
We got 2 more places to go. Lecture hall and then back to the detention center. October 25th, Themis Legal Academy, 3rd floor, lecture hall.
There she is! Robin! Hey, Robin! Oh, Athena! Apollo!
What are you watching there?
Oh, it just so happens to be a video of the mock trial. I had to use a bit of coercion to get it, but the end justifies the means, right? There it is again. Professor Means sure has a lot of influence around here. Care to look into the true connection between the murder and the mock trial with me? Sounds great, but do you mind if we ask you some questions first? Sure, I'll tell you anything you W-A-N-T.
I wonder how you're gonna react to my attorney's badge now.
Wow! Check out your badge! What do you think? Nice and shiny, huh? Yeah, it's awesome! If the plating ever starts to peel or it gets all bent up, let me fix it up for you. Really? Thanks. No problemo. I'll have some
Oh, it's just this again. They changed it slightly, but I don't know. Alright.
About your confession today. Why'd you do it? Because Juniper hasn't done anything wrong. I had to stop the trial by any means possible. Right. The ends justify the means. So you're a follower of Professor Means too? Professor Means is a wonderful teacher, as is Professor Court. I like them B-O-T-H! She brushed that one off like a pro.
But with that style of justice, you run the risk of breaking the law.
Well, I'm prepared to quit school because of this case. What? Why? I want to be an artist! That's what I really want, man! But no! My parents forced me to study to become a prosecutor! But if the trial went south, you'd have to drop out and give up being on a prosecutor. That's what you're really after, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Talk about someone who literally changes at the bat of an eyelash.
I guess she's been dealing with her own problems, too. That totally makes sense.
Yeah, I suppose so, but that doesn't make what she did right.
Could you tell us about what you were doing on the night of the murder?
Finishing a statue. I was on the stage until the last bell. That's right. You made the statues with Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Gavin, didn't you? Yes. Yes, I did. Both of them.
This is just a formality, but can you prove you were making the statues at the time?
Can I prove it? You think I'm the killer now?
No! That's not what I meant!
Both you and Robin were still at school after 7 p.m. But neither of them can prove exactly what they were doing. Could one of them really have murdered Professor Quartz? Have there been any problems now that everyone here knows you're a girl? No worries there. I discussed the matter with Professor Quartz some time ago. I told her I wanted to let everyone know I was really a girl. And just today I found out that she spoke with the school administration on my behalf.
Wow, they must really like you.
I know, right? But now I can finally be myself here at school. I don't have to hide the fact that I love girly clothes. That's right, Athena. I simply must have this and this by any means possible. What? But this is evidence we need for the trial. Sorry, but no can do. Aw, don't be a party pooper, Athena. Come on, please. Pretty please.
Stage costume-related evidence taken in the classic and justify the mean style.
Oh, darn it. Anyway, thank you again, Athena. Thank you for revealing who I really am. I wanted everyone to know before the snitch found out. The snitch? Sounds like a new lead. There's a rumor going around that one of the students here is a snitch. I hear they're watching everything we do. Our activities, our relationships, our interests. And are reporting it all to one of the professors.
But why would anyone do that?
Officially, I heard it's to seek out misconduct among the students. But rumor has its grades for being bought and sold through this surveillance network.
That's bribery! The situation at Themis Legal Academy is worse than I thought.
While all of this is important stuff, I still want to ask about that thing in the art room. I'll have to present some evidence to show her what I'm talking about, though. Robin, I just remembered something I wanted to ask you. This photo shows a piece of art on the table. Do you know what it is? Wow! Look at that unique artistic sense. Must be one of Professor Quartz's creations, man! Professor Quartz? Artistic sense? Professor Quartz artistic sense? That's a tough one. I'd say it's avant-garde and very electric. In other words, it's weird and all over the place. Come to think of it, that strange-looking painting in the art room, it was one of Professor Quartz's works, wasn't it? The statue in that photo was originally a statue of Lady Justice. Lady Justice? Professor Quartz had planned on placing it on the judge's bench in the lecture hall. But the day before the mock trial, it broke while she was polishing it. She said she'd take it back to the art room and try to fix it somehow. So, this Is the statue in its proper state? You bet! Just look at that wild silhouette! Wow, it's so C-U-T-E! I don't get it. You have to be an artist to appreciate stuff like this.
Athena, the Lady Justice that you put back together on that stage.
Oh, right. I didn't realize before because it was in pieces, but before it was smashed. Maybe it didn't look like Lady Justice, but maybe it doesn't, but more like it does in the photo. But what in the world was it doing on the stage?
Lady Justice updated in the court record. It was found broken on stage. Professor Court had remade it into a completely different looking statue the day before the mock trial. Well, I think that about covers it. Hold on.
Okay, then how about watching the mock trial video with me? What do you say? Sure, sounds good to me. So how do you want to watch it? All classroom desks at this school have their own built-in computer, you know.
Wow, this place is definitely a lot cushier than I thought.
I know you guys are in a hurry, so I'll just fast forward to the important parts. Let's start with the professor's pre-trial speech.
Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today.
Oh, that sounds like Professor Means.
The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival, will begin shortly.
Is the camera like this the whole time? Yeah, it's in a fixed position in front of the stage.
When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come. How come teacher's speeches always make me so sleepy?
Let's just skip to the end of his speech. Oh, hi, Junie.
Now, let the mock trial begin.
Hey, what's the deal here? Why is Junie so large in this shot?
Looks to me like she could right in front of the camera.
Juniper was also in charge of the audio! Even though she was already playing a part in the mock trial itself? She had to do it to keep the script detail secret. She was all over the place that day. When she wasn't in the trial, she was in the audio control room dealing with the music. Ooh, so this is what the lecture hall looks like.
Athena, you're in the lecture hall.
Looks like there's a judge's bench back by the screen and a witness stand up at front. What about those balconies with the professors' names on them? Those are the faculty seats. Professor Means and Professor Court were in charge of scoring the mock trial.
Lecture hall diagram added to the course record. Diagram of the lecture hall where the mock trial took place.
Okay, let's fast forward this a bit.
That's why the defendant... And that's why the defendant is definitely guilty!
Ah, that was me? Could you tell?
Objection. A frail co-ed used her bare hands to stab her professor with an arrow. I don't think so.
You read that line in the mock trial, Apollo, but you made it sound kind of weird.
Cut me some slack. It was my first time reading that script.
I think Juniper's going to speak next. I didn't do it. It suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. It's true I shouted you're a goner, but I didn't mean it.
Wow. What an emotional performance. She put a real actress to shame.
Wait, could you go back and play that scene again?
You really think that's necessary?
I didn't do it. I had suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. It's true I shouted you're a goner, but I didn't mean it. Stop. Did you hear that?
I think you're onto something. Let's play that last part again. Okay.
I don't follow. What are you guys so excited about? I think this piece of evidence should explain it. Time to show Robin a piece of evidence that links the line we just heard to the case.
Take that!
I'm sure you remember this. It contains a female voice shouting a violent threat.
I'll play it for you.
Your Honor. The voices and performances do sound similar, but I can't believe this is happening.
It's just a possibility, but if the voice on this tape is really a recording, one made from the mock trial video, then that means this evidence was fabricated.
They didn't get to do the voice analysis in time for court today. That's why the gender of the voice became so important. Bark, bark. Hi, dog. How you doing? Why are you just laying there in my bed? You look so cute. You look so cute and awesome. And if the real killer had foreseen that gender would become key in today's trial,
He would have tried to deflect the attention away from himself by making the suspect female. So basically, the only one with something to gain from doing this is our sole male suspect.
onto the floor you go.
Sorry, Flocka.
Wait a second. No way!
Professor Mean's credo. Credo is the ends justifies the means. So it makes perfect sense that a student who took those words to heart would fabricate evidence. We need to get that tape analyzed as soon as possible.
Tape recorder updated in the court record. The voice on the tape says you're a goner, just like in Junie's script. It may be a fake. Stop that. No. Allow me to assist, Visa. Prosecutor Gavin, at least make some kind of a noise so we know you're there.
It's go big or go home. This rocks the chances, Fraulein. Timing is everything. Let me make a copy of that tape right now, and I'll get you the results as soon as I can. I trust that would be alright.
Very much so. Thanks.
Well, Athena, it's almost sundown. Isn't it about time we head over to the detention center?
I think Junie will agree that this is something that can prove her innocence. Shit. But will her heart really be open to accepting it? She had to have known that this is what I'd find. October 25th, detention center, visitors room. And that about covers the main gist of our investigation.
I see. Very interesting. You've been quite the busy beaver today.
Thank you for all your hard work, Athena. Well, my time's about up, and it will be getting dark soon, so... Junie! You must be tired after being on your feet all day. You should go home and... No, wait! You have to listen to me! I don't want to hear anymore. I know what you're going to say, Athena. Junie, you promised! We're going to discover the truth behind this murder mystery. We're going to bring you solid evidence showing just what that truth is. If you succeed in doing that, I want you to promise that you'll accept it, Junie, no matter how hard it is to hear. Okay, but only if it's the real truth. So please just listen to what I have to say. Once you've heard me out, I'll let you decide what to do. The voice in this recording has been proven to be yours, Junie. And in the mock trial video, we can hear you reading your line from the script. We're having both of them analyzed right now, but from what I can tell, the voices are the same. And the only one who'd benefit from faking the voice recording would be Hugh. But that doesn't make any sense. I mean, Hugh confessed in order to protect me. This may sound strange, but his confession is a ploy to make himself look less suspicious. In other words, he was just pretending to protect you. Besides, his confession came after you and Robin had already confessed. If you hadn't confessed right then as well, wouldn't that have seemed a little suspicious? Say what you will, Athena, but none of us would hurt a fly.
let alone kill someone. He was a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble.
Wait, Athena. My bracelet reacted just now.
It did? But why? Junie, can you look me in the eye and repeat what you just said? Oh, none of us would ever hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. He was a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble.
Now I'm sure of it. She's lying.
Alrighty then.
Oh, I could go further out.
Well, that's not how physics work. But okay.
Juniper, you start coughing when you're under stress. You can't hide it from me no matter how hard you try. When you said it never causes trouble, a cough escaped and made your scarf flutter.
Flocka, stop.
As for why you were stressed, it's because you were lying.
Junie, you're trying to hide Hugh's connection to this case, aren't you? And I believe that also ties into a secret about yourself. A secret? About me? I don't understand.
I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore.
What? Why?
Juniper's not all sunshine and rainbows like you think she is.
He ended their friendship after he found out about Junie's secret. Which means he must have felt betrayed by Junie, making her the snitch we only just heard about. You were Professor Court's snitch, weren't you? There's a rumor going around that one of the students...
Okay, yeah, no, we just got through this.
And while fulfilling that role, you learned something about Hugh you'd rather forget. I don't know what you're talking about. Junie, please, stop hiding things from me. I hate having to force things out of you like this. Looks like we're going to have to do this the hard way. Time to review the evidence and see if I can't prove my hypothesis. I must have something that proves Junie's the snitch and Hugh's connection to the case.
Where's the paper? There.
Take that!
I'm relieved you see you're coming around. You see, I wasn't trying to hide anything.
Juniper's one cool customer, Athena.
Wait! I don't think that was the right piece of evidence. Whatever you show me won't change the fact that I've already told you all I know. I must have something that proves...
Take that!
Right here in Professor Court's planner, it says routine report. I believe this is meant to mean when the snitch would report I believe that this is meant to mean when the snitch would report into Professor Court. I also believe Professor Court planned to meet Hugh in private based on the snitch's info. And from their meeting, Hugh must have put 2 and 2 together and figured out you're the snitch. So you see, it all makes sense only if you're the snitch, Junie. Forgive me. Forgive me, Athena. I've been lying to you this whole time. The truth is, I suspected you from the start. You did? Now this is surprising. I'm so sorry.
I've talked about friendship so much, but I've been a terrible friend.
Juniper, I don't have that special kind of hearing that Athena does. But I don't need it to sense the pain you're feeling inside. And its intensity is directly proportional to how you feel about your friend. Am I right?
Apollo. Please, Junie, tell me why you suspected Hugh. I have a feeling that will be the key to getting to the bottom of this whole case. What exactly was your role as class snitch? Professor Corda told me how Academy alumni have strayed from the path of justice.
The dark age of the law, huh?
She didn't want any more of our students going astray like that.
So I'm gonna save once more.
But few others at the Academy shared her view.
I thought her ideas were beautiful, though sad and unrealistic. Fuck you.
She asked you to be her eyes and ears, didn't she? I used to report to her once a month about any wrongdoings I'd seen or heard about.
And that report session in her planner, the one from October 22nd, was a part of that.
Yes, that's when I reported Hugh to Professor Court.
She snitched on her own friend?
I had accidentally overheard Hugh talking.
What did you hear?
He was talking to someone on the phone. I think it was one of his parents.
What were they talking about?
Something about having paid money for good test scores. I only ever heard him talking, so I never did find out who the money was going to.
What? That's bribery!
He was buying his way through school, and if that's the case, then that evidence that always seemed out of place might actually be his secret.
Take that!
We found this while we were investigating the stage. It's got Hugh's name on it. I didn't know what the number meant at the time, but now that I'm hearing about bribes...
It must mean that a bribe of 120 grand was to be paid in October.
What's more, take a look at this mark. That same mark is on the pages of Professor Court's planner.
Hey, you're right.
Right. But why would Professor Court have that kind of information in her planner? You don't think that the person who was taking the bribe money was... It's just a possibility at this point, but it may indeed have been Professor Court. What?
That is impossible. She'd be the last person I'd ever suspect of accepting bribes.
Like I said, it's just a possibility, but a rather good one. Maybe their private talk had to do with the possibility of the bribery being exposed. And what started out as a little argument soon got out of hand.
It's not your fault, Junie. Anybody would have suspected you if they knew what you... if they knew what you knew.
No! I don't believe that alone would have driven him to murder. There's another reason why I suspected Hugh.
You've got to be kidding me. There's another reason?
I saw Hugh around 7 p.m. the day before the mock trial.
Oh, so she's finally ready to talk about that.
When I saw him, his... Oh, Athena!
Junie, are you alright? Just try to relax and tell me what happened.
Is it not working?
No!
At least it isn't closing the thing. I'll be right back. Okay, I don't exactly remember, but fuck it, we ball. Okay. There we go.
I never wanted to see what I did, but I'll have to live with it, won't I? In that hallway, Hugh's hands. His hands were dripping with blood.
Wowie.
His hands were dripping with blood.
What? But why?
What am I going to do? Deep down, I know you can't be the killer. But my mind keeps telling me he is, no matter how hard I try to convince myself he isn't. Oh, what am I going to do? Hugh, please. I can't take this anymore. Athena.
So she hid the fact that she had seen Hugh and said she went home at 6 because she wanted to avoid talking about what she saw. Junie, it must have been terrible holding all of that in. But it's going to be okay. I'll get to the bottom of this. That's my promise from one good friend to another. I'll be defending Juniper tomorrow. If that's okay with you, Professor Means.
My main concern is whether you can defeat that prosecutor. But I won't try to stop you. I will be watching from the gallery. And I shall look forward to seeing what sort of results your methods can produce. Good luck tomorrow. Now, if you would excuse me.
Athena, I'm sorry. I really mean it. I wish I had trusted you from the start. You have to uncover the truth tomorrow. I know you can do it.
Don't worry. We already know what the prosecution's key piece of evidence. We already know that the prosecution's key piece of evidence is a fake. And thanks to you, we figured out the motive too. Let's give this our best shot, Athena. Let tomorrow be the day Juniper walks free.
I wouldn't have it any other way. We should be all ready now. What could possibly go wrong this time? Still, there's this strange, uneasy feeling I can't shake. I'd better be imagining it.
To be continued.
Okay, well, we will be nailing the culprit, the killer, and getting Juniper free off the hook next time. Bye-bye!